Yo, shalom.
Shalom, yo.
I'm Black Eyes.
And I'm Michaelas.
Welcome to the Black Narrative. We got an interesting show for you tonight, man. Crazy stuff going on.
It's going to be a really heavy topic, man.
Yeah, it really is.
Probably one of the heaviest ones we've covered in a minute.
Yeah, but shalom to everybody in the chat. I appreciate y'all being here. Thank you all for your support, for your continued support to the Patreon and the Cash App. We really appreciate it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going right back into our production and everything and trying to take things to another level. And as y'all know, we've been working on other projects and whatnot. Before we get into the main topic, we were going to cover just a couple of headlines that caught our eye recently, whatnot.
And I mean very recently.
Yeah, and if you're here, go ahead and like, share, subscribe. You know, they really helped us out. If you missed the live broadcast, this broadcast going up on our regular channel right after the broadcast because, like I said, we still on our band for like another month.
Yeah, hopefully it's a month and a half. Or no, not a month and a half, like half a month.
Yeah, hopefully not even that long.
Hopefully it's a couple weeks.
And then as a heads up, we have not been deleting comments. Like we've been warning y'all, we are banned. So hey, coming in talking crazy, YouTube gonna delete your comment.
The algorithm is really out to get us, and then folks are gonna blame it on us.
Yeah. Like I said, we don't care about if you disagree with us. Like we encourage independent thinking, whether you agree with us or not. So
independent thinking is for us or against us. That's fine as long as you're thinking.
And we really stress that tonight with the topic tonight.
Right, seriously.
I know we have very unpopular opinions, but yeah, I guess. Oh, excuse me. So I guess we start off with this R. Kelly thing.
Yeah.
So they came out of nowhere. It's funny because somebody asked me about him not too long ago, and I was like, yo, I ain't heard nothing since. But I guess with the whole pandemic, he couldn't have trial and everything, but.
Yeah.
But see, we recently here dated April 15th, man. They about to move him to New York City for sex trafficking. And this is unrelated to the other trial he's still having in Illinois.
Well, I mean, when you really think about it, what he was doing with, I mean, we of course already heard the stories of him having basically a sex dungeon with those girls. So I'm really not surprised that he would take it a step further.
Yeah, they said a federal judge gave the green light Thursday to move jail R&B singer R. Kelly to New York City to go on trial this summer after several delays. Kelly has been held in Chicago, where he's facing a potential second trial in the fall in a separate federal case relating to a sprawling sex crimes investigation. The trial in Brooklyn federal court have been put off because of the pandemic, but at a virtual hearing, the district judge told lawyers that there are courthouse protections in place that will allow it to finally go forward on April 9th.
August 9th.
Yeah, so wow. But we had two back-to-back trials, so they may even overlap. Who knows?
Right.
The judge also said the government should start preparations to move Kelly to a New York jail, most likely the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. The exact timing was unclear.
The government should make preparations.
Yeah, so they like, yo, he gonna be here for a while.
Right.
You know, I thought that was interesting. I mean, like I said, we heard tons of stories. And really, you know, it's kind of a shame that, you know, people want to cancel him after the documentary because he should have been canceled over 20 years ago. Because this dude went viral before YouTube.
I mean, you remember the episode of The Boondocks? We keep going back to that episode of The Boondocks. For him to be on a whole TV show back in about 2005.
Yeah. You got to think about it, man. They were selling those DVDs of him, you know, urinating on a young girl, like on street corners.
Right.
Because like you say, this before YouTube. Like this dude went viral before YouTube.
Right. Seriously.
He was selling DVDs of that. People want to watch that.
Right. Before real internet, he went viral in the streets.
In the streets, yeah. Yeah. Like, but he still wasn't canceled then. He continued on having like selling out albums, selling out tours,
getting the love from the community.
Yeah. Right. You know, and it took for the documentary, which to me I wouldn't even call it a documentary, man. That was like I don't know. They didn't come off as a documentary to me, but
you say it came off more like Love and Hip Hop or something like that.
Yeah. But even then, he should have been canceled way before that, and so
it took too long.
Yeah, man, I thought it was interesting. Yo, heads up, the good moderator deleting my links tonight. Oh, dang.
Those freaking fact checkers.
Well, yeah. So I've been trying to get a source of information, but as the mod just stated. The YouTube is deleting our links, man.
You can try to put it in the description, maybe.
Yeah, you know, y'all wanted to look it up. Or y'all can just Google R. Kelly, New York.
Yeah. Shoot, we don't need heat on this channel too.
Right. Yeah. So this has happened today, I think. The Senate passes the bill to target anti-Asian hate crimes,
and it was bipartisan.
Bipartisan. It was 94-1 that passed this.
Now, something that's interesting to note is, I mean, left and right, they can't agree on anything. But when it comes to the Uish and the Asians,
oh man, they pass that so fast.
They are bipartisan when it comes to everybody else except for us.
Yeah, by passing this bill, the Senate makes it very clear that hate and discrimination against any group has no place in America. Okay.
Against any group.
Okay. By passing this bill.
The Senate, both sides?
Then right after they said that, by passing this bill, we say to the Asian American community that the government is paying attention to them and has heard their concerns and will respond to protect them. And and we did shows we did shows about this in the past, how the Asian community, they demanded a certain percentage of the cabinet and being part of the administration.
They have a whole, I forgot the name of it. It's one of those.
I want to say the AAPI.
AAPI, I believe.
Yeah. Asian American Pacific Islander.
They have a whole coalition for themselves. Now that's a real coalition because it's them. Yeah. You know what I mean? But they have a whole coalition for themselves where they're going, they're lobbying. Yeah, and you already know they have position in this white power structure. I always tell black folk, you can't come to me telling me about black and yellow unity like you're Wiz Khalifa. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm seeing these Indians and Asians have the same, or Indians are Asians, but these Indians and Orientals have the same positions as the white folk. Mm-hmm. You have a lot of Indian doctors, and they, or even the people at the gas station.
I'm about to say the convenience stores, the gas station,
and they will be just as disrespectful. Matter of fact, not too long ago, had an Indian man. I went to go get gas at BP, and the card, the actual pump wasn't working. The pump wasn't working, so it said to go inside and ask the clerk to fill up. I go in, I say, can I have some gas on pump 4? The man was rude about it, saying, "Oh, our system's down," and I didn't really understand. I was like, I was like, pardon, but it said like outside it's not working. He was like, "Sir, if you listen to me," and I gave him a look like, "Please don't play that. Please don't play that."
You probably had all that on too.
No, yeah, I had all this on.
You gave him a look, he made your face.
Right. He was able to read my face. Now my face was uncovered this time. But he saw my face like, "Man, please. I know there's a glass between us, but man, please. I'm trying to give you money." But he just had a whole attitude. He thought he could treat me any old kind of way. But when he saw that face, then he straightened up and wanted, "Oh, my apologies, sir." I said, "Oh, whatever, man." Yeah. But you see how they treat us just as rude. Even though we go to patronize there. Right. Yeah. It's just a natural MO, even though we come to patronize them all the time. Yeah. But they never come to patronize us.
No, not at all, man. It's great. But you see how fast they pass that. And of course, we wanted to show you the headlines. I gave them out a link to the actual bill. And, if y'all haven't already, you should definitely get in the habit of doing that.
Right.
Because the articles all considered it, because when they pass the bill, it's like the same press release go out to all the media outlets. And we already showed you who owns these media outlets.
Exactly.
So I usually I go ahead and try to read the actual bill, what I'm saying, and use it as a whole different name. So on here, the official name is the See Thing Hate Crimes Act. This is the shortest I've ever seen. Okay, remember like I want to say a few weeks ago, we went over the George Floyd Policing Act, and that thing was so many pages long.
Yes.
But you see how they could pass something really quick and to the point? You mean you mean to tell me they couldn't do that with the stimulus checks last year?
We could go through and read the whole thing. Oh, I'm definitely not getting my gas at that BP anymore. Yeah. Seriously, that was a mistake. But I mean, this is 3 paragraphs.
Yeah, I'll let you read it.
This bill requires a designated officer or employee of the Department of Justice to facilitate the expedited review of C-19 disease hate crimes and reports of C-19 hate crimes. So it's interesting because now they're calling these hate crimes against the Asian community C-19 hate crimes. All of a sudden, right? All of a sudden, they're completely associated with C-19. What about the whole thing with the massage parlor? Was that a C-19 hate crime?
Oh, that was so funny because I read another article saying that would trigger this bill. But we all know, as we learned, that wasn't a hate crime against Asians. That was a hate crime against sex workers.
Exactly. But he apparently. But you see how they flip it? Mm-hmm. They take one story and completely flip it to justify something else that they already had in the world.
That's like the whole narrative of tonight's show.
Exactly. It defines C-19 hate crimes as a violent crime that is motivated by two things. One, the actual or perceived characteristics, e.g. Race or ethnicity of any person, and two, the actual or perceived relationship to the spread of C-19 of any person because of that characteristic. And it's funny they're using this vague language, but we know who it's
really for. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, because it's a hate crime against a black person. It's not C-thing related.
Exactly.
So therefore it wouldn't go under this bill.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
The bill requires DOJ, Department of Justice, of course, to issue guidance for state and local law enforcement agencies on how to establish online hate crime reporting processes in multiple languages. Now, I mean,
I don't know. Interesting what they put that in the bill.
I mean, you think about it. Who speaks all these different languages?
Yeah. Well, excuse me. This is a summary, but the actual text is not long. But we just go into the summary part.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm sorry.
No. I'm just looking at that. I'm like, bro, that's the shortest bill.
Yeah. You said that's how short the bill is.
You got to be kidding me.
You went to the George Floyd thing. That was like hundreds of pages.
Yeah. That's the bill.
That's the bill. That's all.
Wow.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Let me see, multiple languages and how to expand culturally competent education campaigns. So they're getting education campaigns for the Asian community now.
You got to spread that narrative, man.
Exactly. Additionally, DOJ and the Department of Health and Human Services must issue guidance on best practices for mitigating racially discriminatory language in describing the C-thing pandemic. So all these different ways that they're trying to ensure that the Asian community isn't getting attacked.
Yeah.
All the ways that they're trying to ensure that they're that they're seen in a good light. But you also notice that these hate crimes, it's always us portraying these things.
Yeah, always.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
Now we're gonna get into the real issue of the night.
And the thing about it, hold on, my bad. Okay, well they muted anyway. I guess I turned them up from there. But yeah, man. I'm trying to see where to even begin with this, man. But first of all, the whole thing is tragic from the get go. I do want to say that. You know what I'm saying? And what we're saying is, it's not exactly about choosing sides. I want tonight's show to be about facts over emotions.
Exactly.
Because all I've been seeing across these different timelines on social media is a whole bunch of emotion.
On both sides.
And not the facts itself. You know what I'm saying? And so, like you said, in the timing of it was absolutely horrible. Yeah, like it happened during the verdict, doing the verdict of Derek's verdict of his trial, and so of course when news came out about this, everybody immediately thought another hate crime.
Right.
And but one thing I'm so glad that we didn't go back and air until tonight, because we gave it a couple of days for more details to come out, man. 'Cause I don't like doing shows about breaking news, because breaking news is hardly any details at all.
Right, and it's one of those things where the story did first come out. It was a very touching story.
Yeah. So but as the time go on, you get more and more information, and then we've seen this in the past. Like you see a clip of a video, you have to wait till you see the full video.
Exactly. So you see what led up to it. Yeah. And I mean, see how things played out, really.
But there were some signs pointing that it wasn't a hate crime to me. And one of the first signs to me was, before I even saw anything,
right,
was how quick the PD put those videos out.
Right.
You talk about in less than a week, you was able to get 3 body cam footage, video footage, and 911 calls in less than a week.
It was a few days, and you know how usually with 12.
You say 2 days, because remember this happened this Tuesday.
It was a couple of days, yeah.
So you talk in 2 days, we get all the information.
Right, exactly.
So they let you know that they had nothing to hide. They're just putting out there, what happened and everything.
Right, because usually, and I mean, you see how long it takes whenever there's a shooting, how long it takes to get a body cam.
Yeah.
How long it takes how much sweeping and covering up they do with everything. With this one, they were very transparent.
Yeah, and trying to say it the best way. Oh yeah, I'll show you a couple of thoughts I saw on social media.
Yeah.
That caught my eye. I had to screenshot some stuff that I'm like, okay, I want to share this. And here you go. And okay. This is such a sad case. Those girls were jumping her and probably have been bothering her for a while, and she snapped once she had that knife in her hands. And foster care being bullied as a foster parent myself, I can just imagine the built-up anger. They go through a lot. Though she was in the midst of attempting to stab, they got her to that point. She's the one who called the cops and died at their hands. The whole thing has me crying. I honestly think she snapped and saw red due to what's been happening to her, and because that appeared as the aggressor when the cops arrived. I do have a question about when cops shoot. Are they trained to shoot to kill? I always wonder why they don't do shoot to subdue. Yo, and I saw that a lot. A lot of people trying to say, oh, why didn't they, aim for the arm or aim for the leg, right? I'm just saying, bro. Have you ever been to the gun range and practiced shooting at legs?
Man, shooting is a lot more difficult.
Like they will tell you, don't put out your gun unless you intend to kill.
Right.
Because it's a lethal weapon, and then the knife is considered a lethal weapon.
Right.
You know what I mean? So bringing a taser to a knife is not the same, and then
especially when it's when it's about to be used.
And then
it's a really tight situation. And
as far as the taser is concerned, like I said, I watch a lot of lots of episodes of Cops. They tase people. Do not. They're like 50-50 chance they'll stop you.
Right.
They're not all guaranteed because it all depends on the distance, the height, the weight of the person they're using it on, where they're shooting it at. But I mean, I've seen them shoot 2-3 tasers at people, and they still going.
Right.
And so we saw that. And before you can get into the show, cause they did a Senate press conference yesterday. So I saw more than the initial footage. I saw I saw 3 videos.
Yeah. And
heard 2 911 calls.
Right.
Now the 911 calls I heard, the first one, it didn't even sound like her. It sounded like somebody else that was with her. They were calling for help. They come to the house. Right. The second call, it sounded like it was a neighbor, but she heard up and hung up because she's like, "Oh, never mind. I already see a police cruiser out here."
Right.
So my thing, and this is not fit to blame anything like this. At the end of the day, everybody fell with her, especially the parents.
Yes.
I think it's too much emphasis on the cop. I'll put the emphasis on the adults.
Exactly.
That was there on the scene, because that should have been de-escalated and handled internally without the cops even being called. You can't train the white supremacists to do. They were raised by the parents to kill. Okay, to kill. Yeah, true. But one thing I noticed that was different. And in past cases, they shoot somebody, say, like Mike Brown, Trayvon, whatever, in those cases, they shot and killed somebody that's out of, white supremacy, right?
Right.
In this case, a girl was shot to save another black girl.
Right.
And there's one thing I noticed across social media today, like they keep forgetting that one black girl was saved because of it.
Right, it was a conflict.
And so one woman trying to tell me, she was saying that, it was just a knife. She wouldn't have been hurt that bad.
Man, that's not realistic.
Man. You know what I'm saying? Like
a knife hits the right artery.
So I guess we can play the video. I mean, we can play the video. So if you don't want to see it, just give me a heads up. You probably just want to wait this out for a second.
Yeah.
And we kind of walk through what we saw, and then you tell us if you agree or disagree.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those situations where we need to have this dialogue.
Yeah,
because at the end of the day, there's just so much wrong with the situation.
I get to go 911 call first. Let's do that first. All right. Go up a little bit. Let me see. Sorry, y'all. I thought that was probably the 911 call.
Again, each of these videos will have several minutes of officers driving to the scene that will be available to you in the public records request.
Sorry, sorry, guys. Here's the 911 call. My apologies.
Mount Carmel East Hospital. Are we ready with the 911 calls? We'll first play the first 911 calls so you have that information.
911, where is your emergency? there an apartment number letter? What's going on?
Come up here. This, the
Ma'am, you need to
address
talk to me.
is 3171. We got these grown girls over here trying to fight us.
Oh yeah, and then by the way, the department said that they didn't verify if that was actually Ma'Khia, I think her name is. They couldn't verify that was her voice or not.
Right, right.
But it was somebody, either her or somebody in the household.
Right.
Trying to stab us, trying to put her hands on our grandma. Get her now.
Have you seen any weapons? Ma'am, do you see any weapons?
We need a police officer here now.
Do you see any weapons?
Police officer now.
To me, he sounds like somebody younger.
Yeah.
That's call number one.
The remaining time on that audio will just be a dial tone, but again, you'll have that full information. We'll play the second call now.
They put this out quick because this was the day after.
Yeah.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
It's on Legion Lane.
What's the emergency there?
Oh, well, never mind. The police are already out here. Never mind. Thank you.
Okay.
All right. So those are the two calls.
Yeah.
All right, and and I found they had multiple angles of the footage. I'm just gonna show the extended footage from the actual cop himself. I found that link. It was 12 minutes long, and this is right before he pulled up here.
So you can actually see the reaction time.
And like I said, it's graphics. I'm gonna give you a heads up. If that's something you don't want to see,
Right.
just give me a heads up here. All right.
Arriving at 3171 Legion Lane on the left.
Now, one thing I did notice here, the attendant person she was trying to stab is just this. Some people say it was a girl. Somebody said that was a grown woman.
Yeah.
But anyway, she was trying to stab her, the girl in the pink.
Right.
I don't see her anywhere near her at this point.
Right.
All right, because people saying it was self-defense for her coming at her with a knife. At this point, it seems like she's sitting here holding her dog right here.
Right.
All right.
Hey. What's going on? Hey, what's going on? Hey, get down!
All right, so you keep saying get down.
Right.
Get down!
Down, this is Michaela right here. She came out of nowhere to me. Because once I watched this footage, I didn't know where she came from. So, let's take it back for a second.
What's going on? Hey,
But we do know one thing for sure. The girl here holding her dog. So, she may have been aggressive coming to that girl's house. To my knowledge, this is still Michaela's house. They all came to the house to jump her.
Right.
But at that moment, she's not being a threat.
Right.
She's there holding the dog.
She's not armed as of yet.
No.
Not that we're able to see.
Yeah.
what's going on? Hey, get down!
All right. So at this point, she grabbing her arm with the knife.
Right.
That's happened pretty damn fast to me.
Right.
This dude here, this idiot, to my knowledge, this is Michaela's father.
Right.
And she kicked one of the girls in the head like a damn football.
Right.
Go back here for a second.
Hey, what's going on? Hey, get down!
See?
Right.
Like he kicked her with force.
Right.
All right. Now in the footage, after that happened, he like, oh, you shot a baby, you shot a child, like he was just wilding out on the cop. But yo, dude, you was sitting to kick the girl in the head. Now mind you, this is in front of the cops.
Right.
Cops are already on scene. And I think the other cop may have been there already that's on the left. He's outside the camera view.
And you already know how the cops are going to react.
You're right. Yeah, but my main thing was the girl sitting by herself, the cops is there.
Right.
And it popped out from front of the cop. So it wasn't like the cop pulled up and this is already in action.
Right.
This happened after he got out the car. All right.
Get down!
So yeah, and then right here, that's a knife and she's right there.
Yeah.
She's right there.
She's swinging it at her. So he already had the gun out.
Yeah, so I'm
So
like,
how's he gonna put it back, grab the taser, get to a close distance, and be able to taser?
and it's very close. I mean, and actually, I got to give it to. I mean, he's a good shot because that's very close together too.
Right.
Because like we
That
seen
was back to back.
like you see shootouts in the mall with a whole bunch of young black teens and don't ever get hit.
Boy, yeah.
You know what I mean? But
seriously.
it ain't. And then some people said that the 4 shots was excessive. I can't say that. I don't know what I'll do in that situation because you're at that point. It happens so fast, and you trying to stop the stabbing. So yes, he did kill Michaela, but did he do it just to kill her, or he did it to save the other black girl?
And you gotta think about the adrenaline as well.
Yeah, it's a lot going on here.
That's just a human factor, you know. Not and of course, you know, 1 shot, 2 shots, you know what I mean. It could have been less, but at the time, he's not thinking rational.
You stopping the threat.
All this stuff popped off very quick.
You stopping the threat. Yeah,
Right.
I think I see the other cop here I think that's the cop right here on the left hand side.
Right.
I think. I'm not sure, or right outside the frame. I'm not sure, but yeah. So I mean, you're stopping the threat, and like I said, life is not black and white. Life is gray.
Exactly.
There's a lot of gray areas. So even though,
and mind you, we don't black back the blue.
Yeah, not at
all.
all. You know, we like you say, this is facts of emotions tonight, because like technically, the cop when he been there, it wasn't for that this woman. I guess some people say she grown, so I'm gonna say she grown. We just say woman. The cop wouldn't been there. It wasn't for her.
Exactly.
So you know, he say to the aggressor. To me, she still need to be charged. He need to be charged.
Right.
I mean, everybody else that was there to jump on her need to be charged with manslaughter.
Right.
Because if they wasn't there to jump her, she wouldn't have died.
And another thing too is the fact that the cops did come. If that was Michaela's father, they should have all stayed inside.
Yeah.
And let the cops handle it.
Yeah. And like I said, but before he even got the car, like we didn't see too much happening right when he got out the car.
Right.
It popped off when he got out the car.
Right. True.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said, this wasn't in progress. He jumped out. And you see how fast it happened, man. Like, yeah, I can say, I mean, like, people can say what they want, man, but I can't say I would react it that fast. I mean, I'm not sure.
But and that's the thing. When you're in a situation where things pop off out of nowhere,
yeah,
you know, you're at that point, it's just instinct going.
And I like this one person, someone posted this picture up here and said, like, what would you want them to do in 2 seconds?
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. And I saw TBA, Black Authority, you know, he left comments on his social media. And he was just like, yo, if that's my daughter, you know, you coming at my daughter with a knife, you know, I don't care if you're a woman, girl, or not, you know, you're going to get put down.
Exactly.
And like, I have to agree.
Right.
You're not trying to take any chances. So, but what I do think it happened, like I said, I do believe that she probably was bullied.
Yeah.
No telling how long she been bullied. I mean, probably before that day happened.
Right.
And she probably did just snap. You know what I'm saying? But like a lot of people failed her, man. Like to my understanding, she's in a foster home.
Yeah.
The parents failed her. Mm-hmm. The foster parents failed her. You know, and then if that is her dad,
the foster father, or man,
he failed. He out there fighting too, like you said, de-escalating the situation.
And that's I think that's the biggest problem with this situation is the parenting.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why do you have her out there in that situation?
Yeah. Anyway.
Why are you going out to confront these women?
And then he went out there to kick the girl in the head in front of the cop. The cop was already there. Like he was the aggressor.
Yeah, like if they have a knife, if they or unless they're strapped or something like that, you stay in the house.
But like I said, man, people keep on saying like, well, why can't you shoot in the arm or shoot in the leg? Like, trust me, go to a gun range. How many people are practicing shooting on arms and legs?
Right.
You shooting body mass.
Exactly, because that's where you know you're gonna hit.
Yeah, you're not trying to take chances, trying to aim for a small limb.
Right, and then plus the angle that she was at.
Yeah, it'd probably be more dangerous, you know, trying to shoot at the leg.
Right, because then you might end up shooting something you didn't intend to shoot.
And then, you know, like I said, I seen the taser, man. The taser's not always 100% at all. So even if you would have tasered, she probably still would have been stabbed.
Right.
And then what would have happened? Like to me, the cop, it would be damn if you do, damn if you don't.
Exactly.
Because if he did not kill her or shoot at her, you know what I'm saying, and then she went on, because like I said, she's in the process of stabbing somebody.
Right.
In the head or the neck area. Like, that could be fatal. So the cop allowed that to happen, then you still would have been dragging them.
Right.
I think, you know, in my personal opinion. You know, and then I'm not going to play too much footage because they kind of had her exposed. But the rest of the footage, you know, we try to post a link. they show what happens after the shooting.
Right.
And from what I saw after the shooting, they did try to get CPR.
Right. That's the best they could.
Yeah. So they need to get like a Mike Brown situation. They let the body out there.
Right.
They secured the scene. They secured the witness. They have audio of that part. Yeah, when you're shooting to kill, yeah, exactly.
Exactly. Right.
You're shooting to kill.
Right.
I mean, like I said,
really
the knife is considered a lethal weapon.
Exactly.
You know, or like she came at her. I don't know what kind of weapon you would say that was non lethal.
I mean, it's not like she came scrapping. Like
right. Well, yeah, what like she was using her fist.
Right. If it was
that'd be different.
Where she was just scrapping, then I understand. Yeah, I mean, and that's another thing. You went out there with a weapon.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it was just kept a fighting, then it would be one of those things where it's not a lethal situation. But the fact that a knife was pulled,
and even
the situation just escalates so much.
And even the fight situation, man, like I'm just imagining, like, cause she could have stayed in the damn house.
Right.
To stay in the house, you have multiple people trying to jump you. To stay in the house.
Right. You already called the cops. You let them come, and you let them come.
And what the dad was doing.
Why,
he failed her.
Why did he have her out there?
He failed her, and he fighting with them.
Right.
You know, so it's like,
and you know the cops are on the way. Why are you out? You already know how the cops are. So why are you gonna be out there confronting, knowing that things are gonna pop off?
That was
when
straight.
You know how the cops react. You know that your daughter's involved.
He didn't get shot.
Right.
As a black man.
Exactly.
To be honest. But yeah, I mean, but from what I saw, like I said, I watched the whole video. And the whole video, I do feel like this particular cop was following protocol. Like they gave two different officers trying to give CPR.
Right.
They had a hard time looking for the wound, but they gave CPR. They secured the scene, secured the witness, which was the girl in pink.
Yeah.
The woman in pink. Now her ass, they had audio on that part.
Yeah.
She was more concerned with her cell phone than the girl got shot.
Of course.
So, you know what I mean? So, like, say, all of them should be charged. Like, all of them taking part in that.
Yeah.
They should be charged because, like, it wasn't for them taking, being a part of that, she would have been alive.
Being a part of this
foolishness. Shouldn't get that far.
Right, exactly.
Like, that shouldn't have been handled internally without a cop being there. But the adults wouldn't be adults.
Exactly.
And they all failed. You know, so, I mean, I'll let you know how y'all feel in the chat. But that way we came from it. I know I caught a lot of heat today going through online. You know, a lot of people trying to say, even some of my own relatives were trying to say they didn't want to hear none of the facts. They just felt like he shouldn't have shot that girl. Right. And you know, my thing, I just go back to this, man. Like, he was that close, like with a knife. That knife is right here.
Right.
You know,
she's going, like, at the end of the day, it's one of those things where it's easy to judge it 2020 from hindsight.
Yeah.
But if you're in that situation, how would you react?
Look how close that is.
Right.
And I think and to my knowledge, I think she grabbed the arm.
Right.
So she was going to make contact with that big knife. That's a big little knife right here.
Right.
Like, look like some type of kitchen knife. Aiming for her head and neck.
Yeah. This was a split second thing, y'all.
So I'm just, and we saw, and you know, that's another thing. I think a lot of people watching in slow motion. That's only watching in real time.
Yeah.
Because in real time, like, and then, you know, it is crazy to me because I watched the whole footage of him driving to the scene.
Yeah.
And dude, he was driving, drinking his Gatorade. He probably didn't even think something like that about to go down.
Exactly.
You know, and then to come out and just pop off like that in front of him.
Because at first everything seemed like it was yelling and all that, but it didn't go that far.
Yeah.
At first.
Yeah, like they said, we go to the part. You know, we first got out. Yeah, we first got out. I don't see Michaela. Right. I don't see her attacking anybody. She says she holding her dog.
Right.
What's going on? She put to the side at that point.
Right.
Like so she wasn't a threat to Michaela at that moment. Now, if Michaela was outside, she got caught outside by these 4 girls, and you got a knife. Yo, do what you gotta do. Because best believe if I had 4 dudes trying to jump me, and look. I got it, and like Jason Black said, if I got the candy bar on me, I'm using the candy bar. I'm not scrapping with 4 dudes.
And that's another thing too, is if you know that people are out there to jump you. If you know people are out there to jump you, first off, you shouldn't be out there.
Yeah.
But second off, you already know if people are out there to jump you. Hey, look, if I'm getting jumped, I ain't fighting. I ain't fighting. But at the end of the day, it's one of those things where she just targeted that one girl.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
But,
just
at
something wrong with
this
the
point,
situation.
like you said, this is why he got out of the car. She's standing by herself, holding her little dog. She was not attacking anybody at that moment, so you can't say it was self-defense.
Right, exactly.
It wasn't self-defense. Like, it came later. Like, her dad, like the dad was kicking like I said, I'm assuming everybody's saying that's the dad.
Right.
He's kicking somebody in the head like a football.
Right.
And she just came out the side out of nowhere.
Right.
On the attack. That's not self-defense. And then he yelled out multiple times, "Get down, get down, get down."
And nobody got down.
Nobody got down. So he did, and they know who he was because he pulled up to them in the car.
Yeah. And he had the gun drawn.
Yeah, man. So he just, yeah. I mean, like I said, man, I just wanted it to be facts over emotions.
Right.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of hate crimes done against us by the police. I'm totally with that. Like we see it all the time.
Right.
But in this particular case, how can I say it's a hate crime when he shot one black girl to save another black girl?
Right.
He just shot the black girl by herself.
And this is one situation where I can honestly say he was trying to serve and protect.
Yeah,
he was trying. And another thing too is they're going to use this. Hold up. I'm surprised the one who was kicked didn't get stabbed as well. She tackled her with a knife.
Dang, yeah.
Yeah, dang.
Dang, yeah, man. That's wild.
And it's one of those things where now that this story is out, it's going to be another thing that they're going to use to pull at people's emotions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like, and I really hope they arrest everybody else there. I hope they arrest their father for where he kicked that girl in the head. He should be arrested. I hope he arrested the girl in pink for being there. Escalating situation.
And I hope they arrest all the girls that went there to jump her.
Yeah, they all need to be arrested.
Right.
No, they all need to be arrested. But but this just show you how, man, and we keep saying this in multiple episodes, how mass media, they control, between mass media and social media, they're controlling your emotions.
Exactly.
It made everybody celebrate that day because of the verdict, and then took away that high with this.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So you see, they
just pulling at you this
coaster.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And they making money off that.
Right.
They make money off that.
Off of all our deaths.
And they put emotions so deep to the point that nobody want to look at the facts. Only they heard white cop shot black girl.
Yeah.
That's all they didn't want to hear nothing else. Like, I tried to give them the whole breakdown I just gave y'all. They didn't want to hear none of that. They want to hear that another black girl was saved by the cop.
Right.
Really, she didn't be making a statement thanking the cop for saving her life and then apologizing for being there and still get arrested.
Right.
Everyone's adrenaline was an overdrive. Yeah, absolutely.
Exactly. Right. But
people think logically, man. If you think so emotional about stuff, man, you really got to put stuff in perspective because if you don't, anybody can play you.
Exactly.
Okay, that's exactly what this media is doing, and they've been doing, especially now with Jim Crow Joe in office.
My goodness.
But even before he got in office, even with the 4-5 last year, like ever since last January, January 2020, like it has been high paced roller coaster ride,
man.
If you allow it to be,
and we're not even in May, man. We're not even in May,
and that's just the news. We're not even talking about all the black trauma in the other series and TV like them.
Right,
and the movies
that's being pushed in Antebellum. All these different.
All this stuff is back to back.
Like they're really, it's a constant attack on us. And one problem that I see with this situation is, is people are making it a black and white thing. People are making it, the white cop was a white supremacist. He killed a black girl. But there are a lot of lessons that we could learn from this as a people on how to better our community. You know what I mean? Because all the adults there failed that little girl.
Yeah.
That's the main thing that we should take away from this and learn from that situation.
Absolutely.
Because the cop tried to do, he tried to do the best he could do.
Like you say, I had to give him a benefit of doubt for the fact that he shot one to save another black woman. Yeah, it would have been, I would feel some type of way or I'll probably be questioned a little bit more. It was like, her attacking a white woman, you know what I'm saying? And
right.
That'd probably be a little extra, something to look into. But you got two black women here. Well, black girl and a black woman here. And then, like, I wonder what the fight even about. Because if this woman in pink was really grown, why you pull up to fight a 16-year-old? Over what?
What could a 16-year-old do? that makes a grown woman want to pull up to her house
with a whole crew.
Right.
Like not even by herself.
Right.
Like if the information's true, they'll forward them.
Right.
Pulling up to fight this one girl. Like, okay, what are you fighting even about? And could that father could de-escalate it and prevent all this from happening?
I mean, once the cops were called, should have left it alone.
Yeah, but even then, but if the adults would handle their business, the cops ain't had to been called.
Right.
I feel like they should have done.
While people are mad about this, they slid that bill.
Yes. Yeah, right. So while everybody triggered about this killing here,
right.
they slid that the anti-Asian hate bill right on through.
Yeah.
Quickly.
And then
that was so fast.
And the same people on social media, these same celebrities, these black celebrities, these shills that are putting their 2 cents and pulling at people's emotions about this situation. Those were the same people that were talking about black and yellow coalitions.
Man, this whole week has been like, this whole week been crazy.
It's been too much.
Because we just talking about even at the press conference after the verdict, man, they would celebrate like they just won a Grammy.
Man, yo, and
Crump was way too happy.
Crump kept making it everybody thing.
Yeah, right.
We all won. Shout out to my attorney. Shout out to my getting in the back. You know what I mean? Shout
out the part he said like, y'all think this bad? Y'all should come out to our protest down in Texas.
Promoting
his next event.
So how man? And you see how they made merchandise.
All that happened in the past 2 days.
Right. And you see how Crump just made merchandise off of the deaths of black folk. Oh, y'all like this event? Well, y'all should come out to the march.
Yeah,
you're promoting a march that should be.
He was
solemn.
happy. Al Sharpton there happy. I don't know why Jesse Jackson was there, bro. Like, just sit down, bro. We know you sick.
Right. I don't know why they had him talk. He was incoherent. But I mean, you said the way he promoted that march. The march in Texas, that should be a solemn event.
Yeah.
Because it's about a black woman that got killed.
Yeah, he was way too hype about that.
You're promoting it like it's a clubbing event.
Yeah.
So you see how, man, they just play these situations.
Between them
man.
and the Black Lives Matter organization, like it's so much effery going on against us, man.
Right.
And they just stringing us along, and we allowing it, man. But you keep also saying too, man, watch your mental diet.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like physical diet is one thing. You watch your mental diet because people I notice on social media is taking into that narrative that this was a hate crime, which I don't think this was a hate crime. This happened.
Right.
That's all they take in. That's all they watch. That's all. They'll get into details, and they're easy to manipulate.
Right.
Exactly. I saw this one meme up there. They'll say, they turn black people from sheep to lab rats.
Seriously? No, it's really one of those things where I don't want to get too deep into it, but it's one of those things where they collect data for a reason on people. They're able to collect data and they're able to put out different things in order to see our spike in reactions. Why do you think these different challenges like the Tide Pod challenge come out so that they can see, okay, how much do we have these people? How much can we manipulate them?
It reminded me of sports. Right. Like say for example NFL, right?
Yeah.
And they had so many stats per player, like down to down to the smallest detail.
Right.
And they do that to players. This match, they doing all that to everybody, to all black people here.
All people overall.
They know what words to use to string your emotions. They know how to. They know what music to use. They know what angles to use.
They know what celebrities to use.
They get celebrities to use. Yeah, all of them be playing ball, man.
Right.
I mean, all of them, man. The John Legend, Issa Rae. I mean, like I said, look at the Met Gala. Met Gala tell it.
Yeah.
Think about it, man.
At the Met Gala, you don't trust him. You know what I mean? That's why, look, love Chadwick Baldwin in his movies. I love Black Panther. I love all that. But at the end of the day, he was at that Met Gala.
Yeah.
He played ball.
Man. So, I just want us to be aware, man. And like I said, this whole sad. The main thing I want people to get out of this, that, the parents failed. The adults on the scene failed Michaela.
And we got to do better. At the end of the day, you
gotta hold ourselves accountable when it comes to stuff like this.
Exactly.
You can't just so easily put this on white people, man. Because like I said, we already know how police feel about us already. So like situation like this, that could have been avoid calling the police, and that could have saved a life there.
Seriously, at the end of the day.
But I mean, the main thing I want to do, that's why we kept the show kind of simple. I know a lot of people want to show that one clip. That's why we want to show you the 911 calls.
The thing leading up and the actual reaction time.
Yeah.
And think back to a time in your life when something went down.
Yeah.
You know, when something went down just like that.
Very quickly. Yeah, I'm trying to find a decent picture to show. Yeah, like here. Yeah, so they this right here. The cop on scene. They give CPR. So I mean, they didn't just leave her down there to secure the scene.
Right.
Yeah, they had her exposed. So I'm trying to bypass that. You know, having her exposed like that. No. Yeah. See, immediately that officer secured the witness.
Right.
You know, she was talking about her damn phone.
Right.
And the main dude talking all that crap was the one that kicked the girl in the head.
Right. When they escalated all that.
Yeah, right. Yeah, so she keep yelling for her phone. Your life just been saved.
And you're yelling for your phone.
You know, you care about your damn phone, man.
Goodness, man.
This is pure ratchetness, man. Like, you know, you felt that young girl, man. Yeah, that was sad, but yeah. Yeah, so I mean, they were working on her and everything. Like I said, it wasn't like the usual hate crimes against black people by the police.
Just leave the body out and throw a napkin on them.
Yeah. So I mean, this thing was a lot different. And like I said, a black girl's life was saved. Like people keep failing to mention that. You know, like she was aiming for her, man.
Yeah.
And not saying the girl didn't deserve to get stabbed because like she probably bullied the mess out of that girl.
Exactly. But at the end of the day, the cop isn't looking. The cop doesn't know the full story. The cop just sees what
it happened right there, fast and to the point, man.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. So I mean, that was all I had to add to it.
Yeah. I mean,
any final thoughts on anything, man?
The main thing is we got to be adults, man. And I'm tired of seeing this trend of you know, these young girls and these young boys having to be adults.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Having to react to adult situations. Michaela, Ma'Khia shouldn't have been in this adult situation.
Yeah.
The adults in this situation should have been adults and handled it better.
Yeah.
Why are you pulling up to this girl's house?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that I keep seeing in our community is we keep putting our children in these adult situations.
Yeah.
And you see how these things end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we got to do better and actually be adults. And stop exposing our kids to these kind of situations, man.
And don't buy into the foolishness about, oh, he could have shot her in the leg and arm. Nobody does that.
Right.
If somebody tell you that, tell them like next time they go to the gun range, you know how they get a little piece of paper to shoot at?
Yeah.
Tell them, no, I don't want the torso. I want the leg and arm, please. I want to practice shooting that.
Right.
Like, you just don't do that. And like, then you saw how close she was with the knife. She was about to make contact with that knife.
Another thing, the cop didn't know her age. At the end of the day.
But like Jason Black said, age or not.
Right.
You had a knife, you throwing a knife at somebody, you about to stab somebody in the face or in the throat.
Right.
Age don't even matter at that point.
In hindsight, the cop isn't thinking.
No, he thought fast. He thought it was fast to stop the, a potential murder.
As far as like, he's not thinking about the bullying. He doesn't know any of those things.
All he saw was a girl about to stab another girl.
That's all he saw.
That's all.
And he acted accordingly.
Yeah, and follow suit. And that's why I feel like the PD released all the information so quickly. Like I said, they released all this stuff yesterday, the day after, because they knew.
They know how to stall.
They know, You know the case, they stalled for months before we saw anything.
Right, because at the end of the day, the government workers, and you know how government workers know how to stall.
Yeah, so I don't think this cop going to be arrested or anything like that. Because me personally.
They follow protocol. At the end
I feel like they follow protocol. In my personal opinion, it was a sad, but it's a very, 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 very sad situation.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all we were to cover, man. Just give our 2 cents on this thing, man, because like I know we have a very unpopular opinion,
right?
And everything. But we appreciate y'all hanging out with us tonight. Like I said, we got to put this on the main channel. Definitely continue to like, share, subscribe to the channel. We appreciate it. Make sure you are still subscribed. Like I say, they're targeting black channels,
right? Shadow banning. I mean, you saw how they even took down all of these articles.
Right? Yeah, They removed articles, and we're a small show compared to these other ones.
Like, what's going on? You're trying to protect R. Kelly?
Yeah.
Why are you taking down the R. Kelly article?
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, man. But I hope y'all have a great weekend. Anything else on that, man?
Stay vigilant, y'all.
All right, man. But have a great weekend. We see you next Tuesday. Shalom.
Shalom. Good night, y'all.
My name is Black Ice.
And I'm Michaelas, and we're the Black Narrative.
We are a Black First and Hebrew Israelite channel on YouTube that broadcasts live every Tuesday and Thursday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every week, we discuss controversial issues and challenge false narratives that are fed to Black people through mass media. We share research through videos and encourage uncomfortable conversations amongst the Black community.
Our show features topics such as exposing fact-checkers, the racist history of medical research, the origins of so-called Black Greek fraternity organizations, Christian origins of HBCUs, and much, much more.
Look up The Black Narrative on YouTube or go to our website, www.theblacknarrative.tv.
Shalom.